So recently I went to the last stop of STAYC Stay Tuned Tour, the last leg in Toronto, and it was one of the best experiences that I've had to date. Now listen, STAYC has been a special group for me. They always had a special place in my heart, and I've been voicing out to you guys throughout every single era that I need to experience them live in person. Now, before I share my overall experience of STAYC's concert before, during, and after, I've got to admit this event was quite well organized compared to other events and concerts that I've attended. So quick shout out to High Up Entertainment, the venue staff, Sean Healy Presents, and of course to my friends that I connected with and fellow Swifts who were so friendly throughout the day. So let's start on the day of the event. My friend and I, who've been attending a bunch of concerts this year, shout out to you, went to this one as well. We were fully prepared as per usual. You know, I feel like we always seem to wake up earlier than usual due to the excitement, to be fair, and we had the necessary, of course, caffeine jump and breakfast before this concert. However, one thing that we had to really wrestle and work with was the location of this venue. It was like in the middle of nowhere, far away from downtown, but thankfully we made it a couple of minutes ahead of time before the VIP check-in. In that VIP check-in lineup, I was so happy to connect with you guys, hand out my STAYC freebies, had 10 versions, and you guys also provided me with freebies, so it was nice. It's always fun to give away freebies and to receive freebies. Of course, it's not always asked for, but it's truly something that I really appreciate that fans do and Swifts did that day. Now for the VIP check-in, the tote bag package was pretty cool, you know, to have the Stay Tuned design and all the members on it. It helped me carry my STAYC base signs. As some of you may know, I like doing some fan signs for each concert I attend to, and eventually the merch. Now, what ended up being so nerve-wracking for me was the randomness of meet and greet. Keep in mind, my ticket allowed me to have a random meet and greet with one member, so during the check-in, I had to pick out a random ticket from the bag, not knowing who I would get during this random meet and greet with one of the STAYC members. But after check-in, of course, I had to get some STAYC merch. I had to get the Stay Tuned STAYC baseball jersey. Well worth it, in my opinion. It's not often you get baseball jerseys from your favorites in a concert merchandise setting. And then I got extra photo cards where I managed to complete a full STAYC set. We more than love to see it. Afterwards, I packed up my merch into my little mini tote bag and headed up the stairs for meet and greet. However, when I was lining up during the meet and greet, I just realized in that moment, of all things that I could lose, my meet and greet ticket was missing from my pocket. Of course, I panicked. I had to go back down the stairs, check, oh, did I leave it where I was packing up my merch? And thankfully, I did not lose my ticket in that moment and grabbed it and relined up for the meet and greet. At this moment, we had to line up for the meet and greet. It was quite interesting, but unorganized, I'd have to say, to be honest, because the lineup went from the top of the stairs into the stairs because there was only so much room that you could have for 6 lines, right? For 6 different members, of course. It was such a nerve-wracking moment for me to not know who I would get for the meet and greet, as the members are in separate rooms behind the curtains, and this sort of like ruined my plans of having one of my signs pulled out based on which member I would get. But thankfully my signs got recognized afterwards, which I'll talk about more later. But at least the lineups were moving so quickly from 1 to 6, and when it was my turn, just like that, I ended up getting my bias Isa. My ultimate bias, you cannot make this up. From pulling a random ticket from a bag and ending up getting my bias and hoping for the longest time prior to the concert with my friends, just thinking like I would love to meet Isa, but I'm happy to meet any of the members, to be honest with you. Now, Isa was so friendly, and she completely drove the conversation. I'm pretty sure you guys can relate who ended up getting Isa for meet and greet at the other stops, or maybe even Toronto as well. But I remember when she greeted me, "Hi, nice to meet you. What pose would you like to do?" She insisted to do the heart, so she was like, heart, and I was like, how about we do the GPT pose? I love how our picture turned out with the GPT pose together. Such a clever one on that part. But then the second photo opportunity, I wasn't sure. She was insistent on doing the heart. She asked me, would you like to do a heart? And I was like, okay, let's do it. And you could tell by that picture that I had with Isa, I was straight cheesing the whole time and shocked. And immediately right after, she thanked me for coming. She said, "See you soon." We did a little heart gesture and waved our goodbyes to, of course, see each other later on. And I was like, "Take care, love you so much." That was such a sweet moment, something that I will never forget. Such a core memory, am I right? Afterwards, I was heading towards sound check at 6 p.m. Bumped into you guys of all people off of the channel and the Patreon. Shout out to you guys. You guys were so nice and completely relatable when it comes to STAYC. The conversations that we had, talking about contract renewal, of course, hopes of a new full album eventually, and hopes of attending another STAYC tour in the near future. When soundcheck happened, everything felt so surreal. Like, seeing STAYC live for the first time was everything, as expected and some more. I mean, the energy that I got from STAYC was an all-time high. The bright personalities really showed from the STAYC members. And I was happy to get recognized by Sumin with my Kuropi Cheeky Icy Thing sign. And then, of course, Seun as well noticed my sign of her, and she did a little patting emotion, which was so cute, by the way. After soundcheck ended, we had a good intermission break. Then the show started at 8 p.m. and wow, right off the bat, everything was so electric with the spotlight lights in the intro. That was such an epic moment. STAYC kickstarted the concert with Bebe, of course, to match the theme of the tour and everything. And it was dope hearing that electric guitar in the mix while Xian was hyping up the crowd. Now, I usually talk about my favorite performances in these recap concert videos, but every single performance was my favorite. Literally everyone. It was like neck and neck, and it was such a smooth transition, though, from Bebe, the first song, into One Thing. And you guys know how much I love One Thing. Definitely one of my favorite B-sides by STAYC to date. They also performed the Korean version of Poppy. Obviously, I had to sing along and jump along and have a good time because it was one of my fun songs when it was released, and definitely still to this day a catchy song by STAYC. And after that, wow, my voice gave out from soundcheck into the first 3 couple of songs, believe it or not. STAYC greeted us and had a talking point, and Xian was like talking about how the turnout was so amazing from the first row all the way up. Everything was filled, and I'm glad the seats filled up because I was concerned prior to the concert of the venue being filled up.
I never knew that the 3rd floor would be filled. I didn't know that there were so many Smith in Canada and Toronto as well. I never knew that.
Then they performed Beautiful Monster. Yes, that's right. If not the best, one of the best title tracks by STAYC, and quite a gem from them. The motion, the drive, the passion that you could feel in their performance was truly felt. Cheeky Icy Thing was the next song. The live performance of it surprised me because it was so fun to sing along and it was so engaging for the crowd. What was huge for me though was witnessing the members perform the special unit tracks and Isa's solo from the Metamorphic full album. The first performance was Find by Xian, Seon, and Jay. The vocals were immaculate, and I loved hearing the dynamic of their vocals and tones. Isa performed her solo Roses. It was incredible from the prop work of the chair and the way that she played with our hearts from the right to the left side of the stage was everything. Bacon by Sumin and Yoon happened. Favorite unit tracks off of the full album. The emotional and vocal impact by the two of them could be felt from start to finish. What surprised me next was the performance of Young Love, my #1 favorite B-side by STAYC to date. The melancholy anthem that we love and know got me into my feels when it first dropped, to the night of the performance of STAYC singing it with the stand-up mics and everything. It was perfect. After those crazy performances, there was one talking point that was so hilarious in my humblest opinion. Since every stop, Xian was researching landmarks and certain things that these cities are known for. Of course, she brought up A, such a signature Canada slang that is not used everywhere, to be honest. Just don't get it twisted. But it was such a hilarious moment.
I mean, STAYC's concert was perfect, eh? I love Toronto, eh?
Oh, I love sweet egg. I love safety egg.
Man, you have something to say, eh? 이제 슬슬 다음 무대로 가볼, eh? Start going to the next stage, eh?
At this point, you're probably thinking, Garrison, aren't you talking about the whole set list at this point? And yes, I am. Every single performance was memorable yet special. But not to keep this recap too long, I've got to say my favorite moments was STAYC singing a little bit of Butterfly, So What, 24/7, even the likes of Loveful. Like, STAYC has such a high quality discography, and I'm pretty sure you guys can agree with me on that. So Swiss, shout out to you for suggesting those songs, because those songs have a special place in my heart as well.
그렇게 말해봐 so what 알고 싶은 그만 24/7 24/7 you 그렇게 아픈 걸까요 원래 그런 걸까요
My other favorite performances of the night was I Want It. It was so fun to chant and sing along to. Bubble was fantastic with the classic laser synths. Had fun interactions and the members had fun bubble guns such as Yoon. Run to You, my favorite title track to date. It was so electric with the rock rendition and breakdown moments with the lighting on the stage. Teddy Bear was the most fun song because everyone was singing along for the entire time, every second and every minute. And of course, So Bad, one of my favorites with the electric guitar coming into play of the intro into the rest of the performance. It was super, super hype. Last but not least, STAYC wrapped up the night with their speeches individually from each member.
I don't want to be sad because I believe that this will not be an end. We'll have new comeback, a new tour, and we'll see you again. So
I absolutely loved the final moments in the night where we had a final sing-along together with the fan chant for Stay With Me. Now, the most unforgettable moment was when Isa pointed out to me and recognized me all the way from the meet and greet, that's right, and did the GPT pose with me. So I'm so grateful for her to recognize me all the way from the start of the event to the concert and the final moments of that encore. Obviously, this will be another core memory for me for a long, long time, and such a special moment where I was able to connect with fellow Swifts and you guys on the channel here, and also having insane interactions with the STAYC members. When STAYC tours again, I'll make sure to attend the next one without a doubt. But anyways, let me know your thoughts about my whole STAYC Stay Tuned concert experience. And if you've seen them on this tour at any of the legs or even bumped me in person, let me know in the comment section down, please, because as always, I love connecting with you guys, whether it be on the channel or on the Patreon. But hey, take care as always, fellow Swifts. Stay tuned for more STAYC content, and hopefully I'll be able to share another STAYC-based story with y'all in the near future. Take care and peace.